All right, here we go. So we're here with Matt Crowley. I'm propping my camera up on his Android phone because Andrew told me that that's all they're good for. Kickstands for cameras. So Matt's been with us a long time. He's one of the original gangsters of CrossFit J, so he's the member of the month for August, and we're going to ask him some questions. So, when did you start at J?
I started about mid-December of the first year it opened up, so maybe like a month after you opened or so.
Yeah.
I lived right up the street and was kind of at a point in my life where I was looking for something, some kind of fitness regime to get into.
Yeah.
And then you opened up just about a block from my house.
So Matty used to live like literally, I don't know, 30 yards from the gym and stumble in at 5:30 in the morning after having not slept with your son all night. And then, so you have some new stuff going on. You moved, you had another kid. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I did move down to Littleton. Need a little more room because we had a second child, and a little more room, a little less money. So we moved down there, but it still works out pretty good. I have to be at work at 7, and I work kind of near the gym, so I go work out at 5:30 and then go to the gym or go to work and take a shower.
Yeah, get it done. I remember when you moved and I was afraid you were going to quit, and I was really happy that it ended up working out that way because there are gyms down by you, but we're glad you stayed. So, if you were to focus your efforts on any one thing to improve we'll say your fitness or your CrossFit or whatever you want to call it, what area do you think that would be?
Well, you probably know I have mobility issues. It's probably my biggest problem. I got these kind of long chicken legs that don't really work all that well sometimes.
Yeah.
So mobility's a big thing. I work on all the time. It seems like.
Yeah.
And just some of the kind. I mean, I didn't really know this when I started, but I'm kind of deficient in a lot of areas that I wasn't aware of. Like, I guess I didn't know I wasn't a good squatter until I walked into CrossFit J.
Yeah, it's funny. I think a lot of people have that realization about things that you never even think about. You just think like, you have, obviously as an adult, squatted down, pick up your kids, pick things up off the floor, whatever. You just don't really ever think about how you're doing it,
Yeah.
So I feel like I have that conversation a lot with people. I'm like, well, actually, I don't want to ruin your world or anything, but we got to change some of this. So the squat and then mobility. Favorite lift, favorite WOD?
Favorite lift's probably deadlift. It seems to be the one I suck the least at.
Yeah.
So I like that one.
Yeah.
Favorite WOD? We don't do them very often, but I kind of like those kind of every minute on the minute kind of barbell complex ones.
Yeah.
Those seem to be. I tend to enjoy those.
We got one for you tomorrow, so if you're coming,
tomorrow,
asking you shall receive. And then so. People are kind of starting to find out the gym is moving. I haven't made an official announcement yet, but the gym is going to move. Ask me if you have questions about that. But the gym's moving. So having been in the gym, almost longer than anyone else, or longer than probably 95% of the people there, you've seen the gym grow. You've seen it start from literally almost nothing to where it is now, where it's been full for almost a year now. And what do you hope? What did you like about it in the process that made you stay when you moved to Littleton, and what do you hope remains when we move, in October?
I really liked the small size of it. I mean, in the beginning, it was, it was just Andrew and I there at 5:30 in the morning sometimes, and maybe a couple other people, at the beginning. And now it's pretty crowded at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But I still like, the small sizes, and I know all those people that kind of tend to come at that time. And it's pretty good, and I hope that, I don't think it's going to move to this 10,000 square foot facility and have hundreds of people in there at a time. But I hope it kind of stays, about the same size classes as it is now, because I think it's kind of it's a good size to work out with.
Yeah, I think it's good, and I think you guys, as the 5:30, although you have kind of been slacking as of late, the 5:30's been dropping off a bit. There's been a lot of cancellations in the last few weeks, but it is 5:30, so I'll give you some credit. But I think you guys kind of really, as a class, really kind of symbolize what my vision was, I guess, for the gym. I think that you guys really demonstrate it well because you guys all know each other, your families, what's going on in each other's lives. Matt, Malia, Andrew, Joy, you know all those people and what they're up to, and it's I think that's the beauty of it, and so I agree, and I hope, that's obviously part of my mission is to maintain all of that when we move and have a little bit more space to move, but not necessarily lose that intimate, touch.
Yeah, a lot of people in that class, 5:30 is like the only time they can come really, so it's tends to be that's their time.
Yeah.
I think, other people probably can come at 4, they can come at 7, they can come at different times, and so they probably get to meet a lot more people than I do, which is one bad aspect of it. But.
Yeah, it's funny because you've been there longer than almost anyone,
Right.
and I bet when people watch this, there'll be a lot of people that haven't necessarily ever seen you before because you're busy with your family on the weekends, so you're not coming then necessarily, and then you're literally stuck to 5:30 every day of the week.
Yeah.
So
and there's people that I've seen pictures of, and I kind of see their name on the whiteboard, and that's how I know them, but I've never really met them.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty funny.
Yeah. So some people will probably be meeting you for the first time to this. And then you have kids. You have 2 kids. Tell us about your kids.
I got 2 boys. I got one who's about 3, almost 3, and then one who's about 5 months. So that's been pretty exciting. That's 5 months. Trying to still keep up with it when I'm not sleeping all that much.
Yeah. Tell us their names.
My oldest one's Ben, and the youngest one's William.
Yeah. Matty always reminds me when I whine about not sleeping that he's got me beat. So with your kids, or with your boys, do you think you'll let them CrossFit when they get a little bit older?
For sure, if they want to. I mean, I already, I've gotten Ben doing burpees and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. I tried to teach him to snatch one time, and he
didn't go.
He was pretty horrible at it. But he liked throwing the PVC pipe around.
Yeah, who doesn't?
And everything. And, so I think so. I did, I've heard of, I haven't seen a whole lot, but there's those CrossFit Kids courses and stuff. I'm not sure, how those are, but I think just kind of getting them in the gym, and I hope to, once they're a little older, get them in there and just kind of hang out, kind of like, Moby and
Matt and Leah have the boys, and Ken brings a meal in, and I think it's cool because it kind of, I don't know, just sort of normalizes this process in their parents' lives, and they're like, oh yeah, you work out, right? That's just what you do.
I noticed, like, Matt's kids, they started doing the run with him, in the morning, the warm-up 400.
Yeah, they play on the rings and do pull-ups and all that
stuff. So it's
stuff.
pretty cool. I hope they kind of do that.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's good talking to you, Matty. Say hi to Jeff Connexney for us.
Hi, Jeff.
All right.
With you.